Youths, they say, are the leaders of tomorrow, which means the young people of today will take over certain areas in government, education, science, and so many areas. How they plan their lives today and how well they do today will determine if they can take over the future. My name is Ali Zakari. You're welcome to the Profile on UTV Africa. And today I have someone who is a youth and he's really doing well as a youth. He has accomplished a lot. We'll quickly go on a short break. When we come back, I will introduce this person to you. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're still watching the Profile on UTV Africa. And today I have Mr. Alfred Kemepado Nimizigha. He is the Honorable Commissioner for Youth Development in Bayelsa State. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so aside politics, what's the fun thing you do? Your leisure time?
I play football.
You play football? So what club are you supporting?
I've stopped
Canopy
supporting clubs. Bayelsa United.
But did you play for them?
No, I didn't. I clap for them.
You only clap for them? You say you play football. Do you still play football?
I played for the All-Stars.
You played for All-Stars? So why did you stop?
I haven't stopped. I play every Thursday, every Saturday.
So we should be looking forward to the future Ronaldo,
at this age,
Messi.
At this age.
Yes, now. You don't want to call football age.
No.
You don't want to use football age.
It will not work for me.
It will not work for you.
No,
Okay, so Honorable Alfred, can you just briefly tell us about yourself? Aside, beyond what people already know, just tell us about yourself.
I like fish and plantain.
Fisherman soup?
No, just
fish and plantain.
Yes.
Why fish? Is it because you have a lot of fish here? That's why you like fish and plantain?
It could be a factor, maybe. So I like fish and plantain.
So you can eat it every day. That's your favorite. So he likes fish and plantain. The day you want to come and see him in the office, just buy fish and plantain and say, I'm here with fish and plantain. You get easy access. Okay, so let's talk about your journey before you became a commissioner or before you went into politics. From this
basically, I was born in the city, Port Harcourt, dropped in my village with my parents, my grandparents. So I had my primary education in the village. Of course, there were no nursery schools at that time. Yeah, so I had my primary school in the village. And at that village level, I was head boy of the primary school.
Nice.
Then my secondary education, probably at that time my father was more buoyant, so he took me to Port Harcourt. So I had my secondary education in Brereton College and La Rochelle Memorial Secondary School. Then I went to the University of Calabar, where I studied management. Of course, I was SCG Financial Secretary of the University of Calabar. 2002, 2003. Then I left the University of Calabar. I had my youth service in a place called Ilao Rogun in Osun State. I was done with youth service. I returned to the state. Then I started my career as an administrative officer in the local government. And I had a little team with banking, but I don't like talking about it because
Why? Money thing.
Something like that.
How long were you in the bank?
I escaped.
You escaped?
I just discovered that my
so
destiny.
Is it like a year to...
less than a year.
That's serious. That's why you don't talk about it. You just feel it's not your calling.
No, at all. So I left bank. I went to the local government service commission. So I started working as a civil servant from there. I was essay to a commissioner in 2012. Then I went for my master's in the UK. I went to the University of Manchester. I had a master's in politics with specialty in governance and public policies. Then I went to the Russian Presidential Academy in Moscow, RANEPA, where I had a little study on megalopolis. And I came back. And immediately I came back to the governor, as he then was, now Senator Henry Seraka Dixon. I was made Senior Special Assistant, Special Duties in his first tenure, Senior Special Assistant, Public Affairs in his second tenure, Special Advisor, Special Advisor, Governor's Office in his second tenure, Coordinator of the Bayelsa Media Advocacy team in that second tenure. Then we had the elections. Of course, I worked in the campaign, both as a youth leader and spokesman of the campaign. One of the spokespersons in the campaign. And fortunately, Senator Doyediri was sworn in as governor. Then they first appointed me as Bayelsa's representative to the National Gas Expansion Program. Then I became Director General, Center for Youth Development for less than a month, or about a month. So just about the same month I was appointed Director General. There was a request from the Presidential Amnesty Program, directly from the Office of the National Security Advisor, as it then was. So I left here for the NSA's office, where I was now deployed to the Presidential Amnesty Program. So then I was SA Special Duties to the administrator. 1 year later, I became head of reintegration of the program, where I was in charge of peace building, post-training, foreign and local education, data management, basically, and stakeholder management. So I did that. Then we finished in 2022, so I came back to the States. I left there September 2022. The governor took me back as a technical advisor to His Excellency, as technical advisor, Governor's Office. Then we moved on to the campaign for his second tenure, where I was now spokesperson for the campaign. By God's grace, we won the elections. And then after we won the elections, of course, I have personal dreams to achieve, so I went straight to Harvard. So I went to Harvard, where I did an executive course on negotiation. So I came back from Harvard in May, so May, thereabout. Then I was appointed executive assistant to the governor. This is 2025, right?
Yeah.
So that was 2024, executive assistant. I was appointed about April or May, thereabout. Then in June, His Excellency, I think, moved me from executive assistant and made me a cabinet commissioner. And I was sworn in as commissioner June 21st and deployed to the Ministry of Youth Development for now. So that has been the journey. And it's been by the grace of God, not by power.
I can see that.
Thank you.
So, Let's take it back to when you were in school. You said you were made the SUG.
I was SUG Financial Secretary.
SUG Financial Secretary. That means you had something to do with the banking, because you say you don't want to talk about it. Would I say Nigeria happened to you and you decided to just switch a bit to the banking sector?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. When I was done with education in the UK, I had offers to work in the UK.
Okay.
Precisely in Manchester. But, you know, of course, it's an opportunity that some other people may have been looking up to. But you see, you just wake up one morning and you get to realize that with respect to your destiny, as you may have defined with your God, I just realized that my future was not in any good job in the UK.
Okay.
No matter how nice
You see it is.
my future was in being part of the building of this country. So anything outside that takes away my peace.
Okay.
So that same thing banking did to me. I didn't see
Yourself.
my future in banking or any other profession. I still see my future, just like I'd seen it before, in public service.
Okay, so can you tell us what really inspired you? Because a lot of people have their inspirations. What was yours? What inspired you to choose this path?
Basically, you know, let me tell you something. The kind of food you choose most times may also depend on your taste bud. Why I say so is that you may not really be able to explain why you like rice more than beans. But you may just have grown liking rice more than beans, even when your siblings like yam more than, I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
So when you say, what was my inspiration? My inspiration is of nature and nurture. Probably God created me for this purpose. One. Now, but if you talk about physical inspirations, I've been inspired from a very young age by people like, my first encounter was with the former military administrator of the old River State. He's late now, Anthony Ugbo.
Anthony Ugbo.
Yeah. I saw him as a military administrator. I think I was about 6, 7, or 8 in the village. Then military administrators move around the old River State with helicopters, visiting schools, you know.
You're liking it. It was just...
I saw him and I just wanted to be like him. So I went to my grandmom at that time and was like, I like to be like him. I need to live for the city. Just dreams and hopes. Then growing up, I also, at a very young age, I was attracted because I read about the likes of Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. Okay, then when I was in Brereton College, I met my proprietor, Alfred Spiff, who was first military governor of the old River State. Sure, it may interest us to know that my name was never Alfred.
So how did you
My name was Nimizigha Kemepado until JS3. So looking at my proprietor in school, whenever he comes to school, I looked at him, first military administrator of the old River State at 24. He constructed the point block, the flyovers, the whole infrastructure that you could describe River State with. I was like, yeah, that's what I like to be like. So at about JS to JS3, so arguably I should be about 13, 14. So I cried to my dad. And he was like, why are you sad from school? I said, I want to be like my proprietor. And he was like, so is that why you are sad? I said, yes. So why are you sad? I was like, I want to be called Alfred after my proprietor. Could you just grant me that name? So my dad was like, you can go and be Alfred. So that's how the Alfred jumped into my name.
Into your name.
So there's no Alfred in any of my credentials till JS3, till after JS3. Because at that time we had registered for Junior WAEC.
Okay.
So you see the Alfred reflecting my name after JS3. So somebody like that was also my inspiration. Then, of course, I had General Buba Marwa, who was military, either administrator or governor of Lagos State. You know, the days of Operation Days, Kaka Marwa. So I admired his strides and what he was doing in Lagos State. So from a distance, he mentored me too, which is why at the time I was on my way to join the military.
Because I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
If the first man you mentioned, you know, moves around with helicopter, I believe is the camouflage he wore that attracted you. You really want.
No, it's his person, because don't forget that my grandfather
was in the military.
My grandfather retired as General Manager Human Resources Ajib, and my grandfather was moving about with a helicopter, and I never wanted to be like my grandfather. So it's not about the helicopter.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If it is about the helicopter, Alfred Dede Smith wasn't even a military camo. At the time I met him, he was a Mayanaba of Tombras. But what they had achieved as administrators, probably because at that time the military was the end thing, you know. Okay, you didn't have this civilian. So I think the attraction was public administration. Yes, that was the attraction. So even Marwa, so okay, Marwa and others may have influenced me to think that for me to be a good public administrator, I have to also go to the military, which is not a bad idea, because I still have massive respect for the military, because one of the persons that has contributed to the who I am today, who is a father and a mentor to me today, is retired Colonel DQ. Military too. Military, yeah. So I should have been in the military if not for a retired Rear Admiral I encountered, Rear Admiral Oshoma Konde, whom I met in a hotel called Mirage in Calabar in 2003. So just like you're having this conversation with me, it was like, young man, what do you want to do after school? I was just running. I said, I just want to join the Navy. So I had my service, so he took me aside. I don't know if it was the right thing he did, but this is where I am today. And he was like, with what I see in you, don't join the military. I'm a retired Rear Admiral.
Did you ask him why?
Yeah, of course. I asked him. He said that he had dreams just like me. But when he got into the Navy, he thought he would live as a commander before he realized he was a commodore before. It took him time. Now he's a retired, that he didn't achieve his dream, that the military will break all my dreams out of me. Rear Admiral Oshoma Konde, that was the first day I met him.
Yeah.
That was the last day I met him. I don't even know where he is, but I can't forget the name. You know, these are very significant, defining encounters. He was with one general that evening, one general called Bob Ake, you know, who was GOC of, was it GOC or head of one of the brigades in Calabar at that time. So that's how, so these are my inspirations. So, of course, as at today, who inspires me the most today is Hal Maktoum, Sheikh Hal Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. That's who inspires me the most.
And it's still your inspiration till tomorrow. Okay, so I can see your passion for what you do. Is there any moment in your life you really wanted to change this path you've picked like, I don't want to do this anymore?
No, it's not going to happen, sir. As a matter of fact, even among my staff, I tell them, I say, sometimes I pray, I say, I don't ever want to be an Elon Musk. I don't ever want to be a Dangote. God, don't make me those things. Do you understand? But if God comes here, do you want to be a Lee Kuan Yew? Yes.
Yes. With your full chest.
Let the Elon Musk and the Dangote, let them stay with their wealth. It's our duty. I just want to be a Lee Kuan Yew. Work and provide the environment for them to succeed. And I don't want to be. Not today, not tomorrow. Let them mind their lane. Let me mind my lane. So I can't be distracted. I'm very... I know what I want. It's not those things that adds to my contentment. What adds to my contentment is whenever I leave any public office, what were you able to achieve? Do you understand? Like, I left the amnesty program. Okay, I can beat my chest to say we introduced standards. Okay, under CONEDICIO. Standards like what? Number one, before now, they didn't care about qualifications such as JAM for you to be given scholarship. We introduced that. Even if they didn't like it, we introduced it, we enforced it. The kind of schools they went to. The program was patronizing some mom and pop universities. And the then administrator, CONEDICIO, under his leadership said, send them only to the schools you can send your children to. Don't say because it's federal government money, you just do them anyhow. So we patronize only good unis. Okay, the Ivy Leagues in Nigeria, in Abuja, such as the Bays, the Nile, the Alfred Babalola, the Covenant, Unilag. Do you understand? We enforced it, even when other schools came fighting. We enforced it. You understand that kind of thing? Then, of course, foreign scholarships. Then, like that. Then, how many? Over thousands in 1 year. Those are the kind of things I want to hear. Yeah. Not like we can do everything at the same time, but we can always say, Siam, this is what we did. Okay. Even while I was Secretary General of the Joy Youth Council, okay, that's what I didn't tell you. I was Financial Secretary of the Joy Youth Council. I was also Secretary General of the Joy Youth Council. Okay. We had to bring in the culture of leaving the road and going to the boardroom to negotiate for your people, so that we can constantly and regularly encourage youths to walk away from this pattern of violence that has underdeveloped the region, you know. So that's what we do there.
Who played the biggest role in shaping you? Your mother, father, uncle?
Not my mother, not my father at all. My grandmother did.
You lived with her all?
I lived with my grandmother till age 10. And I can tell you, like my father knows, she made me who I am. She prepared me for who I am today. Who you are. Yeah, my grandmom. Not my mom, not my dad.
You had other siblings?
I had the extended siblings. You know, living with the grandmother, you have other grandchildren.
Okay, so you just took the decision, you decided to stay with her, to live with her?
No, they couldn't take care of me, so they dumped me in the village with her.
They dumped you?
So it's not, wasn't a choice.
How do you say they dumped you?
Of course, you know, there were no roads to our communities then. So my mom gave birth to me at 17. My dad was young, so they didn't even have what it takes to take care of me. So the best option was, according to my mom, that they told her that if she doesn't take me to the village, I was going to die. And my mom is not far now. You can ask her. So she had to take me to my grandparents. So they left me in the village. So but I had tremendous respect for my mom and dad. They were constrained. You can't blame them. But I won't also transfer my grandmother's credit to them. That's for my grandmother. She's, after God, is my grandmother.
So she really played a very good role.
All.
She did well. All right. So, what are some of the challenges you faced while starting out, and how were you able to overcome them? Because you can't tell me there are no hurdles.
Challenges.
You didn't have any.
Like challenges. Which kind of challenges? No, sometimes I really don't see challenges like that too. I see it as part of
So
life.
when elections come, like it was smooth for you, your opponents and all that.
Oh, okay. So, okay, maybe you're asking my biggest battles.
Yes.
Okay, good. If it's I've had two great battles.
Okay.
One was when I was contesting for Financial Secretary of the Student Union Government, University of Calabar. I didn't tell you that too. I was SCG FinSec, University of Calabar. Okay, I mentioned, right? Yeah, okay, good. Back in the days, like I'm talking about 2001, 2002, how many Bayelsans were in Calabar? They were mostly in Uniport, UST, were very few. So being in the University of Calabar, contesting for student union government against an indigene, they had the greatest population, then the second highest population in University of Calabar. It was the Igbo population. Because you have the eastern states from Abia to Imo, all around. Calabar was their catchment area as well. So you can imagine me, a Bayelsa, young Lenga guy, contesting against the Igbo candidates and so Igbo candidate then, his name is Smarty Kiora, I can't forget it, and the Calabar guy, Valentine Udom.
What year was this?
It was 2001. Yeah, 2001. So you understand, and I was in my second year, getting to third year. So imagine daring the school, and that population. So man, for the start of the elections, I gathered my Bayelsa house, which is
the small house.
And let me be sure. So I had to explain to them that I'm contesting this election. Say, good. They will gather and invite me. So they invited me. I thought they invited me to give me their contributions. They sat me down and said,
don't do this.
We just came to tell you that this thing you want to do, you will fail. So they didn't stop at that. They started telling me of one ABA who had done it and didn't succeed. And one Napoleon Okosu, he works with CBN now. He was first class. He didn't succeed at even departmental level.
They're discouraging you.
You want to go to the old school, that you fail. I said, So me, I will fail. Like I said, no problem now. So I left them, never went back to them. So I went my campaign, retail politics. And at the end of the day, the results came. I defeated both the one from the indigenous candidate and the Igbo candidate and became victorious.
How did you do it?
You just embrace God and face the future. So since I knew I had nobody, I didn't concentrate on all these flamboyant campaigns. I was talking to students one by one. Like every day I wake up to talk to students. Retail politics. One by one. So if I talk to you, it's 1 vote. I talk to him, 2 votes, 3 votes, 4 votes. You can imagine
you're winning votes to yourself.
One by one, no campaign manager. At the end of the day, I won my elections. But guess what? They took me to the tribunal. The school, University of Calabar, had a tribunal. I don't know if they still have it.
Yeah.
They took me to the tribunal that I was not supposed to win, to nullify one of my elections in all 5. But by God's grace, I won them at the tribunal, became financial secretary, extended my tenure beyond the normal time. According to the Vice Chancellor, then Professor Ibaraisu, he needed stability till his tenure runs out. So that has been one of my greatest battles in life. The second huge battle I faced in life was becoming Secretary General of Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide. It's because I was a staff here in government, so everybody assumed that I was the candidate of the then governor, Henry Seriake Dixon. By the way, he wanted me as a candidate, but some things happened and he abandoned me. Tell him so. He knows. He abandoned me and never wanted me to go for the elections. So you can imagine I went to the elections in Rivers State, in Okrika, against a candidate fully supported by the people of Okrika and Ijaw Nation. And they were expecting this government candidate to come with all the monies and all the influence. They didn't know that they had rejected me. So they were fighting me as a government candidate. If they had not fought me as a government candidate, it would have been better. They were fighting me as a government candidate. I was fighting back with the ordinary me. And guess what?
What?
Like I said, tell him. Senator Dixon called me while I was at the election venue through Richmond Indakwe. I took the call. I thought he was going to encourage me and I'm sending money to you. Guess what he told me?
What?
You and your cultists. I said, Your Excellency, I'm not a cultist though. That election you were going about, when you finish, I'm waiting for you. I said, Your Excellency, sir, please. Okay, how do you want to win the election now? I said, Your Excellency, I have goodwill and I have God. When I'm done spending the two, I will return. But for now, Your Excellency, I'm not leaving this place. Okay, I'm waiting for you. He ended the call. So, while they were counting the votes, I got a call from him again. Your Excellency, are they done counting the votes? I said, they are still counting.
I'm waiting for you.
Immediately, they declared me winner. He didn't call me again.
You'd have called him back to say, I'm waiting for you.
I was pissed. Because people who know me now. I had that battle because they know this one I'm picking. Do you understand?
So you were disappointed.
So immediately I won. I didn't even come back to Bayelsa. I stayed in Port Harcourt. So he sent for me. So when he came, he said, how did it happen? I said, Your Excellency, no problem now. You sent me to go and die, but I've survived. And now I'm back with victory. And to be very honest, throughout my tenure as Secretary General, he gave me all the support that I needed.
Nice.
He made sure that I had success, smooth tenure, even when we had challenges with the ESCO. Of course, he is not only physically big, he is politically big. So he put his big weight behind me and the Executive Council, and that's how we got stability. So it is someone I'd learned a lot of politics from, and it's not something I will ever take for granted. Yeah.
So he's one of your mentors?
Yes, he is. Dixon? Yes.
How many mentors do you have?
I have Dixon.
Okay.
For politics and fearlessness. I have Senator Doyediri as my mentor too, for the way he manages people, for his humility, how he dispenses power, how he relates with people. From Senator Doyediri, I now know that working with Jesus is good, but if they give you Satan, better.
Working with Jesus is good.
It's good, but if they give you Satan, better.
Okay.
You understand? I didn't know all of that, but I learned how to manage people and live with people. I can live with nonsense. I learned all of that from this Senator Doyediri. And I'm not joking with that one. Of course, he gave me this platform. You can't... He gave me this same platform I have that he has given to me. His same platform. Some people... This is the only platform some people had before they became vice presidents. This same platform some people had before they became ministers of the Federal Republic. This same platform people had before they became governors. So this is not a platform I will ever take for granted that he gave to me. Then in terms of my administration, how I carry myself and my office in terms of the administration of the day-to-day running of the office, that inspiration and that lesson is from Colonel Milan Dixon DQ retired. He taught me office. He taught me again how to write, not my master's, not my BSc. He taught me, he's still teaching me.
So you went to a different school with him?
It's the school of, in short, I'm still a student of the University of Colonel DQ.
Colonel. Okay.
Yeah, so I have these 3 pillars in my life. Maybe in the course of, like, God will add, and I don't take any of them for granted.
For granted.
Yeah. And of course, I have extreme regards for Dr. Felix Todolo, whom I served as commissioner. I was essay to him while he was commissioner. So, he allowed me to dream. And a lot came to pass.
All right. So as humans, we usually have or often have setbacks. And I believe you must have had setbacks. How do you handle them? How do you handle setbacks?
It leaves you sad now. You just re-strategize and you move on. Just make sure you're not desperate for anything. And one of the ways of not being desperate for anything sometimes is you look back at where you left some of your mates, your colleagues, especially me, the village boy. Sometimes, so when you think all these things, it fuels my contentment as a person. Do you get? But setbacks also give you the room to learn. You now know how to do things better. So that's the way I handle setbacks. And of course I pray.
You need Jesus.
Yes, I'm 100% God conscious person. Yeah, so I'm God conscious. I may not be in church every Sunday, but I'm God conscious. Everything I do is God. I hold my Bible, and I hold on to the scripture, Isaiah 45.
Okay.
That's my
Isaiah
favorite
45
scripture.
is your favorite?
Yeah.
All right. Are there projects you have done so far, and you're proud of this particular project or some projects, and why? As a commissioner for youth development.
First of all, when we came in here, I came in, everything I'm doing here, it's as directed by His Excellency and with his support. I came in here, the Ministry of Youth. We had to define what a Ministry of Youth Development is and differentiate it from Ministry of Youth Mobilization. Because the Ministry of Youths were like more or less mobilize youths for all purposes, political and non-political, ceremonial, you understand? So we had to okay, if this is a Ministry of Youth Development, first of all, what is youth development? So we had to define what youth development is. And we defined it here as the sum total of whatever you do to add value to the life of a youth, be it in the agri sector, aquaculture sector, entrepreneurial sector, climate change and environmental sector, of course, oil and gas sector, the sciences, which is the ICT sector, and of course, we don't joke with STEM education and TVET. Okay, so we had to redefine all of these things. That these are the things you will do to add value to the youth. And like they say, the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Not lie, they are the leaders of today. Okay, so it is when you don't prepare them yesterday for today that you have problem with the today.
Today.
So it's not a tomorrow, it's today. So that's what we did. So first of all, what we did was, it's just like they say that he who fails to plan, plans to fail. So what we did first was to come up with a roadmap for youth development, which we have. And of course, to make it public, we established a functional website, which is our moyd.by.gov.ng. It's on the wall everywhere, as you can see, and made all our social media handles active, so we can also get feedback. So we had our roadmap. Then, beyond the roadmap, we realized that the states, since creation, didn't have a youth policy. So if you didn't have a youth policy and a roadmap, it means anything that comes just goes. And development does not take place. Meaningful development does not happen like that. You must plan. Even the Bible says if you want to build a house, you will count the cost. The cost is part of the costing is the planning, you know. So we developed a youth policy, bottom to top, went around the 8 local governments, interacted with youth bodies, community presidents, CSOs, professionals, academia, everybody. We now developed a youth policy, first of its kind. It's here. Of course, the National Youth Service Corps was not domiciled here, even if it was called National Youth Service Corps. It was somewhere else. By God's grace, with the support of His Excellency, is here. And now we are collaborating with Youth Corpers. We just finished a program with the Youth Corpers, Bayelsa Creative Impact Mentorship Program. So we are having that with the Youth Corpers. What we are doing with that is to ensure that there's creative arts, creative thinking, writing skills, poetry among secondary school students. Now you may begin to ask why we are attending to secondary school students. Our youth policy says 15 to 35. So some 15s are in secondary school, but more strategic to us is the fact that you need to attend to the future youths, okay, so that you have a well-formed youth. So with this, we try to see how we can take away vices, you understand, at that level. So we're doing all of that. Then beyond that, we've started sending youth leaders to trainings outside of Bayelsa, such as the ones we sent to the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, because in their different spheres of influence, you know, they make impact as well. So we have started all of that. Then we have also trained about 180 youths in soilless agriculture. So now, our MO here for training is not training with starter packs or train you for training's sake. We train you, we mentor you, then we ensure you are established. So we train you, we leave you with your trainer to mentor you, ensure that your trainer stays with you to establish you. So we've trained the 180. We have had approvals for establishing them on a 5 hectares of land, but we'll start with 3 hectares so they can start production of soilless vegetables with soilless agriculture. So we did all of that. We are doing all of that. But if you come to ask me, which one are we proud of? I can tell you, my team understands that no, we are not proud of anything yet. We are just working harder. Yeah, at the end of the day, we'll look back and pick what we'll be proud of. But for now, we just want to be working so that somebody will not come and ask us tomorrow that what were you able to achieve while you were commissioner? And we'll be scratching our head. No, we should be able to say this. Yeah. So we can be proud of that answer. But for now, we're not proud of anything.
Okay, so recently, the UN paid a visit. Can you tell us more about their visits?
Okay, the UNODC paid a visit, and we had, they built, in collaboration, the UNODC in collaboration with the government of Denmark, built a youth development center in Ikrimo. Now, the essence of that center was to transfer skills in its practical form, not theoretical form. So the visits was towards the completion of that center. Then this recent visit was the commissioning and the handover of the center to us, which is now operational in Ikeremo. So hopefully they will run it for some time and hand it over to government. So what we are doing is to ensure that we run it with them and ensure that it is sustainable beyond our tenure as a government, and it can begin to attend to the youths of Ikeremo local government in practical training areas such as plumbing, hairdressing, fashion, and I think one other skill. And of course, it can also serve the contiguous communities.
Okay.
So that's what we had with the UNODC.
So, as a commissioner for youth development, what future plans do you have for the youths before you leave office?
I'm looking forward to a reasonable number of productive youths who prosper with the skills that we train them on and that are self-sustainable and can add to the economy of the state. I'm looking forward to raising some millionaires. Let me be very plain. I'm looking forward to raising young millionaires. It doesn't have to be hundreds of millions. Getting into jobs that they can sustain and 500 to 1 million naira a week as a net. It's okay for me. They can take off from there. So if I can have like 1,000 youths making $1 million naira every month, then I'm so fulfilled as a commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are lots of youths watching you right now. What advice would you like to give to them?
Well, particularly in this region, I would just tell them that they should invest more. They will invest more in their minds, deploy the strength of their minds more than might. That might, the might approach, that's a strong approach in this area. It doesn't really add value. It is the mind that rules the might. So that will always be my advice. And I'll also let them understand that your development is in your hand. Yes, government has a responsibility to create that enabling environment for you, which government is already doing. I guess you are aware that Bayelsa will be moving into a state with 24 hours power supply from the next 2 or 3 months, December. Okay? With the acquisition of our 60 megawatts gas-fired turbines. So that's steady electricity for business. So just be productive and nothing can stop you.
All right, so there's this perception people know about or have about Ijaw men. Ijaw men, they don't marry, they marry so many wives. Is that true?
It's a wrong perception. Yes, it's a wrong perception. It's a perception turned upside down. It's because Ijaw men are very decent. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why, because if you go to the northern parts of this country, people marry 4 or 5 wives, and it's not a big deal. The ruler of Dubai at a time had 7 wives. Sheikh Al Maktoum, go Google it. It's not a big deal. You go to the West, people married, it's not a big deal. But you know why it's a big deal?
Why?
For Ijaw men? They are not known for that. So when they do it, people are like, you Ijaw man, you don't go marry 2, 3 wives. But then they ask the Northern the same question. It just tells you how decent we are. So let me answer that question personally, because I think you want me to answer that question personally.
Yes.
For me, as a person, I have a beautiful wife. One. She is from Enugu State.
Just one?
One. Emanuela.
Okay.
Alfred Kemepado Emanuela Ogechukwu. One.
Okay.
Okay. And I have 4 beautiful children. But I'm not saying this to say that someone else should not go and take more if you can.
So,
but for me,
for you,
my one do me. My one is 1,000. If you see her, you will understand.
That she's 1,000.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Alfred Kemepado Nimizigha. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate. You're watching The Profile on UTV Africa, and you've heard a lot, and I believe you've picked one or two things from what he has said. His parents had him at a very young age. He didn't want to be like others. He pushed until he got here. And there's something I want you to know: you were not too young to lead. This is The Profile on UTV Africa. I am Alice Zachary. Keep watching and bye for now.